Um, well, hello, welcome back to my channel, everyone. We've got two of the sisters on today, Kiwi sisters from New Zealand, who we've been looking at different iconic brands that are going to be around still for a very, very long time. And these brands are brands that go right back to the 1800s. They are proven to stand time and changes, economy changes, lifestyle changes, and they continue to still do what they were meant to do right from the very beginning. And they're really, really impressive brands that I want to see continue on into our new earth, into our new world, and into the future generations because they are proven to be iconic and do what they say they do. So we've had the Edmonds cookbook, and today we have the beautiful, amazing Sunlight Pure Soap. I don't know how many of you know this product, but it's been around since the 1800s. It's a pure soap, so it's got no additives or chemicals in it. I did look up the history and the ingredients. So in these boxes, you get a bar of soap. I don't know how many. How many do you get? Does anyone know?
Four. The four?
Oh yeah, it would be. It'd be four. It used to be six.
Yeah.
It's very yellow because it's got glycerine, a lot of glycerine in it, which is, it's citrusy. It's a citrus oil in it. So once upon a time, there were two brothers. The history. This is going to be fascinating. So they call it the classic multi-purpose bar soap. And it was manufactured by the Unilever, Lever, Unilever, known for its mild formula and signature citrus scent. It has been a household staple for over a century, widely used for stain removal, hand washing, delicate laundry, washing dishes, and general household cleaning. And so what happened was it started out more as a laundry type of soap, and then it became more and more useful as the changing of time, the changing of economy, the changing of household expenses, and so forth, what people could and couldn't afford. Locally, you can buy it anywhere. Basically, every supermarket store through UK, Australia, New Zealand, and many other Pacific regions that are sort of like maybe in Asia. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if anyone knows.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, you
Uh,
can. I looked it up this morning and you can get it in the United States.
wow, I didn't know you could get it in the United States.
Yeah.
Wow. Hmm.
It's under a different hal Halfer or Halfer, something like that. It's under.
It was created in 1884 by British chemist William Watson and entrepreneur William and James Lever, which is the Lever, which became the brand manufacturing name. It was revolutionized household chores as the world's first package branded laundry soap. So there you go. It was a laundry soap to start off with. Unlike traditional soaps made from animal fats, it utilizes vegetable oils like your normal. What are your
Plant.
vegetable oils these days? What do we
Well,
have?
it's all plant-based, isn't it?
It's plant based,
Mm.
glycerine,
Yeah, that's
um,
lovely for skin too.
and the citrus scent oils. That's what it is mostly. Um, so it was 1884 that it was created. So that's going back a very long time, and it's still here today. If you have an original box from the early 1900s, because it first came out in a little tin. So those tins you see in museums today, and they're worth a lot of money. And then, of course, it came out in boxes, little single boxes, and then obviously manufacturing now it comes out in these big boxes. So, and of course, they branched out into other products too. but this is the well-known product, the laundry soap. I've used it over the years for so many things. So when did it first hit New Zealand? Let's have a look. Um, Sunlight soap in New Zealand. Let's have a look. Does anyone know?
It said it came here in 1884. I had a look this morning at the stuff. And it is actually iconic in New Zealand. It states that there. It says all the countries that it's been in, and it says in New Zealand it's iconic, which I thought was fascinating.
It
They know
is.
that.
I call it iconic too because it has so many uses and it's been around all the generations.
Yeah.
And I remember Mum used to shave it and dissolve the shavings to save on it. The
Yes.
potato peeler.
Yes, they said you could do that, and then you can use it for wiping down your benches, your cupboards, washing your floors, and all types of things like that.
We used it on the floors. We used it on the doorsteps. In the 70s, do you remember you had that big wooden doorstep as you stepped into the house and it was flat? You had your concrete steps and then you had your wooden panel thing. And it was always, dirty, or you couldn't fit a mat on it because it was a funny shape. And so Mum used to get the wooden, scrubbing brush and a bucket of hot sunlight soap, and you would scrub it with that and the concrete. And then if we ran out of different soaps or detergents, we used it on our bodies. I use it on me. I use it as a shower soap when I haven't got any. And I've used it as, in the dishes with, what are those little things called? The shakers, Glenda, you sent yesterday one.
Yes, called a soap shaker. A soap shaker. That's what it's called.
It is a soap shaker. So they came in plastic or metal and you shook them in the water and it frothed it all up. But halfway through your dishes, the water had gone flat and greasy.
Yeah.
But it was better for you because it didn't leave chemicals and everything over your dishes and things like that. Well, they're selling them now, the shakers again. So people are going back to using your natural soap for, doing your dishes and things like that. So I think, in that sense, it's going to be iconic for a very long time. It's going to be around. So do you want to talk about anything that you have done as a memory or your family has done with the soap?
Yes. Yes, I remember my father always used to use it after he'd been working on the car because he was quite a jack of all trades and he could fix his car and do things like that. And I can always remember him going into the laundry and using the sunlight soap. I can see it right now while I'm talking about it. And then other things I remember Mum used to put it on his shirt collars and for soaking, to pre-soak before you washed everything. She'd do that with it. I remember using it for my hands as well. Yes. No, it does. It has a lot of memories.
In shampoo, we used to use it on our hair.
You could use it for anything, really, couldn't you? It was really good for grease, getting rid of stain.
That brings back memories because my father had a service station and the grease and the memories. There was always a saucer with a block of sunlight soap on it in the laundry thing for scrubbing the stains out. Oh, that's what Mum used to use it on, the rugby shorts and rugby jerseys. My brother's grass stains and that got everything out right. And then in lockdown during 2020 to whatever year we came out, when you couldn't get to the supermarket, I always had a box of this in my cupboard. That's how I know it was available in Australia. And if I ran out of soap, I used it in the dishes. I used it in the shower. I used it everywhere if I could. I used to have terracotta tiles on my balconies, and I used to scrub them down with sunlight soap and a brush because the terracotta can get damaged from detergent. Glenda, any memories?
Basically, reinforcing what you've both sort of said. I just remember my mother hand washing with it. I do remember sometimes if we ran out of soap, it was used as, in the bathrooms just for washing your hands. But I do actually remember it being in the laundry, always had the big laundry tubs, a double concrete laundry tub. And I remember, yes, that used to be used if my father was out doing mechanical work and he'd come in and he'd use that to get the grease off his hands.
Yeah.
But I think, the fact that it's still in the supermarket today, there must be quite a number of people. There's obviously a demand for it, and there must be, it must still be a worthwhile product to have. So there must be a number of users, today that exist for it to be on the shelves, and also,
Absolutely.
Good point.
as well. So yeah,
Yeah. Good
it's
point.
Yeah.
the product.
And the affordability of it too.
Yeah.
That too.
How much
Yeah.
is that? I can't remember. I paid $4, I think. $4
Yeah.
something. When you break that down to something like the more expensive soaps, it's reasonably priced.
Definitely. And
Uh,
it's got more uses than just the normal body soap.
plus, it lasts longer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Sorry.
No, go on.
I was just going to say, is there a sanitizer of sorts in there? It doesn't really. There must have been at some stage because they used to use that, as you say, in so many.
As a sanitizer.
Yes, yes. So
I just remember also using it on the cloth nappies when I ran out of Lux Flakes. And I think that was a Sunlight product. Remember the flakes, the Lux
Yeah.
flakes?
Yes.
And I remember thinking if I run out of them, in the box, I would use the Sunlight soap. So it was a sanitizer in that sense because you didn't get they cleaned the nappies, but it also, I suppose, with the citrus in it, made them fresh.
yeah, nice smell.
That's what I like about it. It's got more natural, and it says on it pure soap, gentle on hands and everything they wash. So there you go. What's those ticks? Laundry, kitchen, person mild enough for all skin types, people. Let that be a lesson to us. I never knew that. Low irritant. Pre-treater, yeah, for removing stains. Good on pans. Good for scrubbing wooden floors and benches. You're right. See, this is why Mum used it, I think, on the wooden step. You could scrub with it.
And obviously doesn't cause damage to wood.
No, that's right, because it's pure. And I remember the shaving. And then I remember also, and I've seen people do this in recent years when I've been visiting, different houses and things, they cut them into little cubes. So they cut the bar of soap into little cubes. So you could use just a cube. It can go such a long way when you think about it. You don't have to use the whole bar. You could cut it in half, but I've seen people cut them in cubes and then pile them up on like a design for staging when you're selling a house and things like that. So you can cut them into a cube, nice even cube, and they can be quite nice. That'd be nice as a soap gift, cut up in amongst other soaps. So, I mean, there's so many uses here. Okay, so talking about these two brothers that created the Sunlight soap, there's a little bit more history here that I discovered. So what happened was, looking them up during the week, the factory that they owned in the UK became so big, they employed so many people behind the product that they built housing for their employees. And so they changed the whole structure of the labor force in the UK. And so this became sort of like a template for other big companies to house your employees. That's how that came about, because these guys, the Lever brothers, house their employees. So it's got good energy behind it, people. It's got a nice frequency. That's why it's going to last for New Earth, because they cared about their employees. It was for the whole community. It wasn't just for them, for greed. They created it for a purpose. And the thing is, the whole labor force and unions changed the way they thought about this in the late 1800s, early 1900s, due to the foresight that these brothers had to create this environment to make it all work for everyone. And that's what I like about it. It's got a good base behind it. It's strong, and it's got, you look at some of the products and the ethics around them today, and you think you would never use them for the purpose of what they have done in the past or the history of it. But this has got a good ethic and a good background behind it. And that is why it's going to last to New Earth, because it's about providing and giving abundance to people. And I wonder if that's why it's got that yellow goldy look to it too. It's not just about the soap. There's an energy in it.
Good point.
Good intentions.
Good intention. Exactly. So the other thing I was thinking about too is that can you use it for a base for other things that you want to make from it, other soaps and things? Because it's got the glycerine in it. It's got the oil. So could you use it, like melt it down and use it with other soaps to make the other soaps go further?
Oh, perhaps you mean like, how you come to the end of a soap.
Yeah.
You could save it all together and mix it, heat them all down together and put them together with the sunlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose so. It would depend what's in the other soaps, whether you'd want to do that or not, chemical-wise and toxin-wise.
Yeah, that's a point too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so they went on to other products, as I said. And is it this product that created the dish liquid, the yellow dish liquid, the sunlight dish liquid?
I haven't looked it up.
We'll see who
I'll
it's.
have a look on the bottle and just see if there's any reference.
Oh, have you got some?
I think so.
Oh, good. Also, I felt like connected to this branding.
Well, it seemed like it to be able to have the same name, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Because we can't there's another one very much like it, the Sunlight brand, but it's not.
No, I haven't.
No.
I've got Palmolive, so.
Like liquid, dish liquid. Let's have a look at the brand. It says Sunlight Lemon Dishwash. Is that it? Yeah, it's Unilever.
It is Unilever.
Yeah, it's part of theirs.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so they've done the soap, the dish liquid. Now, let's have a look and see if they can tell us what's in the ingredient. Edge technology. I said it is. It's very similar to the dish soap. And it's in Canada.
What, Unilever?
Pardon?
What, Unilever? Oh,
yeah.
No,
the products are in Canada as well. It's got baking soda, white vinegar, and something else in it. It's a 7th generation product. So there you go. In it. It's not like any of the other ones, which is something we should be looking at to encourage that brand to stay around.
Yeah. We buy it in the 2-litre bottles too, so it's really handy.
Wow. Well, when you think about it, these products that were established in the 1800s are the ones that are lasting, not the ones that have been created in the mid-century of the 1900s. It's the ones from the 1800s. Now, that goes back to Tartarian times when they had their knowledge, what they were doing back then. It's just remained. Like even the Edmonds cookbook, the Edmonds product was 1800s. They invest. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the brothers because I wanted to look them up. They invested in a new soap making process. That's how they came about doing it with William Watson. William Watson was the chemist that formulated it for them. And then, of course, it got registered trademark as Sunlight in February 1884. It was cut and wrapped in paper and first put in a tin. So it would have been in some sort of grease-proof paper or something, wax paper. That's what they used to use back then, was wax paper. The factory produced 2,400 tons of soap per year. The brothers built Port Sunlight, a village, to house the factory and workers in 1888. The village had schools, hospitals, recreational and entertainment facilities. Each family in the port of Sunlight had separate rooms for sleeping, washing clothes, and a parlour living room. Most working class people then lacked toilets and bathrooms, so the houses were innovative. Over 900 flats and houses were built in the village. Originally only for the employees of Lever Brothers Limited could rent the houses.
Wow.
How amazing is that? Port Sunlight is still the home of Unilever, with the original buildings occupied by residents and businesses. The Port Sunlight Village Trust took over the running of the village in April 1999, as now independent of Unilever. The famous Green Sunlight soap bar in South Africa.
Oh,
The green would have been incredible. They had an office set up in Cape Town in 1904. The salesman got around on horse-drawn carts for just one little iconic product. If all this effort in the 1800s went into these products, this is why they're here today. Mid-century 1900 products don't last that long because the effort wasn't put in. The intentions weren't put in. It was quick, buck here, there, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
They also set up a factory in Durban and then in Johannesburg. They had 4,000 tons a year sold in South Africa alone.
I wonder if it still had the citrus smell to it, or there was another, because it was green, whether there was some other product that they put with it as well. I don't know.
I don't know. Can we find out? Oh, there it is here. There's a picture of it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Very green. I don't know. I wonder if it, to me, if I saw a green bar of soap, I'd immediately think either pine or eucalyptus. There's one of the original soap labels. Look.
Yeah.
See the artwork?
Yeah.
And that artwork would have all been hand painted, would have taken months to form. And that is why it is extremely, well, it's valuable now. It's valuable art, the box or the tin. There was a lady on here in one of these articles that I read that they used to milk down the Sunlight soap, and there must have been a little bit of citronella in it because it helped with mozzie bites. A little bit of information.
Yeah.
So if you go to some of these posts on the net, you know, the story, the history, you will see the comments people put in. And I just happened to read that the other day and I went, mozzie bites, it must have had citronella in it somewhere. Helps mozzie bites. So yeah, so that's the Sunlight soap product. Is there anything else you want to add to it now that we wrap up? Because I want to see this continue, the Sunlight soap and the New Earth, and the way that they looked after their employees and that village. And they even put schools, hospitals, recreational, education. They gave those employees hope where there probably wasn't back then. There was so much devastation and people lived out on the street. There was so much poor people about. And I'm talking about they lived in rags. They used to sell parts of their bodies to, you know, become or to just get normal groceries. I remember, they used to, that's where that tooth pulling thing came from, where people used to sell their teeth.
Cues, it would be wanting to get a position there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And that would be, if you grew up knowing it was such a great company like that, the first thing you would be doing is, in today's time, would be sending them your CV.
Oh, for sure.
Especially if you were in marketing. Imagine marketing them. I mean, that would be the most easiest marketing role you could possibly ever have, because it speaks for itself.
It does.
That doesn't take much advertising, that's for sure. Once people get hold of it and they know how good and the purposes it has, oh, that would be easy.
Isn't it wonderful? I wonder if that concept sort of inspired others to do that, other companies.
Well, it's interesting you should say that, because that's how the mining industry and everything came about, through that formula of creating the housing for the employees. And this is what's happening today. You look at some of these smaller mining communities north of Australia, they set up the houses for the employees. And that's why you have the campsites and everything. So that's where that formula came from. They changed the way the labor force was seen through their way of thinking, their
innovative thought.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Like you said, with good intentions. Because I have seen other sorts of, like, movies, old black and white movies, where they show that it was a setup where they housed their tenants, but it was absolutely disgusting, and they were treated poorly, and they were locked in and had to pay horrendous rents and couldn't get out. So it's, when the greed overtakes the being good, that's when everything just falls apart. And you can see how that's happened throughout the years.
That happened in Dubai. Remember when they first started building Dubai, and they had all the Indian migrants come in, and they lived in shacks, while the rich lived in big sky towers and were filthy rich. And then there's that dark side, where the construction sites, the construction employers and that just made money off them.
Yes.
It's a hidden part.
Absolutely. Like where we've seen with the Sunlight people, it was all good intentions and help. I mean, they put hospitals and education. These other ones didn't. It ended up being like slums, and they just couldn't get out of it.
It's slavery, isn't it? Modern day slavery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see where the changes come.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to go back to that in New Earth. You're not going to be enslaved. You're going to want to work for people that look after you.
Yes. You want to be in service, because it's your service and it's something right that sits well with you, and you want to do it. That's going to be magnificent.
Absolutely.
And like the people.
Where everybody feels they've got a sense of value and purpose.
Yes. No poverty.
That's it. Sense of value. They feel they're valued for their work, and that's what's different. The Tartarian age was different. That's why you've got the 1800 products like Edmonds, like Sunlight, staying around, because it was a different energy. I mean, after that came the Cabbage Patch Babies, when they started creating these babies and pushing them out to other countries and things. And anyone that questioned it was put into a mental institution.
Yeah.
It was brutal, wasn't it? Just brutal.
There's a good documentary on YouTube Harry and I have watched, and it talks all about Tartaria and how it changed, and how this other lot that's...
Yeah, they took it over.
Yeah, came in and changed everything. And before that, it was magnificent. Everyone was happy and joyous, and it was just beautiful, like it's going to be again.
Well, it's interesting because they had free electricity too, free energy. So people were happy. They weren't going without. They also had, today we've got the electronic cars and scooters and everything around. They already had them back then.
Yes, and there wasn't money. It wasn't done with money. This lot brought the money in and brought the poverty in and the slavery in. They
Yeah.
didn't have money, didn't need it. There was so much abundance for everybody, and because everyone was doing what they wanted to do in service.
I'd love to go
Yeah.
have a look at this village. In fact, I'd love to see it. I'm thrilled that it's still standing, because one thing that disappointed me about doing the Edmonds podcast was
Yeah.
we found the building was no longer standing.
No.
And the fact that this village is still standing. It's still okay, so they don't own it anymore.
No, the
but
energy would totally be different, though, wouldn't it? Totally. But still,
I wonder who they got to build it to. Was it their own?
Yeah.
So they would have had contractors, employees. So they opened, this is why they changed the labour market so strongly, because they not only created work in different areas, not just around the factory and the soap, but around the village.
Yes.
So they opened it up to so much. So what was the village called? Sunlight, Port Sunlight.
Light, yeah.
The word light has a lot to do with it, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Oh, here it is here. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'll spell it. Wirral Peninsula in Merseyside, England. Originally built in 1888 by Soap King William Lever to house his Lever Brothers factory workers. The preserved village is home to over 900 Grade 2 listed arts and crafts style houses.
That's how they built in the 1800s. Everything was done with originality and with pride.
130 acres of parkland and thriving community.
Oh, wow.
Have they got pictures of the village?
Yes, they have.
Okay.
Please hold, caller. Oh, goodness
I
me.
was going to have a look myself.
It's very beautiful. It's very green, but there's the little village itself is beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's the energy, people. That's why I like it. I now know why I like it more than ever.
Fantastic.
It's amazing.
It says this brand here for New Zealand is Australian owned and made. If you look at the little label there, it says Australian owned and made. So I guess they had to branch out to certain areas in mid-century, moving into the 1960s or whatever, because they had the UK branch, they had the South Africa branch, and as you said, Australia and New Zealand, and then of course US. So they would have had to set up, it's still under the same branding and recipe and everything, but it's like any sort of, you know, iconic, like let's talk about things like KFC and that. It's still the same recipe, the same product, but they have to base it in other countries. That's why it's in Australia. So that's interesting.
Yes, it's in Asia too.
I think I ever, mind you, when I was in Asia, I probably didn't go looking for it, but and I'm surprised it's actually in the US too. It's exciting. It's such an exciting product. And I'll tell you what, to round it off, what do you last have to say about your Sunlight soap now?
Everyone must have a packet of them. Definitely. It's a go-to product.
Absolutely. And when you know the history of it and the good intentions and the well-being of those who made the soap and got the people in to do it, it's uplifting. You want to be a part of that.
Yes. Support it. Yeah.
Definitely.
I agree. And I didn't know this, but looking at it, it's got a little indented picture of a baby in a nappy, and it says so pure, so mild on the front here.
Oh,
You can see it.
no, I can't see it. No.
Oh, hang on.
And then on the other side, it's got made in Australia.
It
Not
looks,
that we've got anything against that. That's good.
oh, yes, there is too. There's just a slight indentation.
I've never noticed that before.
Well, it's not too you wouldn't notice it because of the sheen from the soap, and it's not a deep indentation, it's just very slight. But wow. How
I can just see mum sitting there peeling the shavings. And the good thing is the Sunlight dish liquid is also their branding.
Yes, I'm very happy about that because that's all we use is the Sunlight dish liquid.
There's a reason why you were using it instinctively and consciously. Thank you so
Lovely
much for
feedback.
joining me today and being part of such an iconic brand. Again, we can bring this to the people, the attention, the intentions of it, the product that it is. Let's get it out there for New Year so that our great-grandchildren can continue using it in the intention that it was set up for, and that was to create abundance for other people, not income, abundance. Because if you look at the way they set up that village, it was set up so that everyone was equal, everyone had a life of everything being provided for them. And that's what we like about it. It's got good intention, good energy with it. So continue to buy this product and use it. And I can't say enough about it actually, because you know, when you look at things around the house and you think, oh, I wonder how I'm going to fix that. I know, I'll go get the Sunlight soap. And it's even good for getting stains out of your carpet. So, and I know that for a fact. So, thank you again for being here and celebrating this iconic brand.
Thank you for having us.
You're
Yes.
very welcome.
Been very enjoyable.
Definitely.